Hello, everybody. It is Jackie from Pocket of Preschool. So, tonight or today, depending on when you're watching, Adam is with me, and we are going to check out ESGI. They changed the screens a little bit to make them a little bit more user friendly. However, most of you guys I know haven't used them yet. So, you're just going to see them for the first time. So, they're awesome. But he's going to kind of give us a little tour and show us how awesome these are to make your assessments streamlined and make them quick and easy, and how to use them in your lesson planning so you're not just taking data and not doing anything with it. So there's a point to all of the things, and we're not wasting all of our time. So
Yeah, nothing worse than meaningless data, right? Like
I know
that's my
for
favorite thing
sure.
about ESGI is it's not like the one and done assessments we see sometimes where you're like, oh, I did an assessment because I was told I have to do an assessment, right? Like this is
Yes,
ESGI actually stands for, and a lot of people don't know this, educational software for guiding instruction. And that's really the point of, especially at the preschool level, like using this
for
to help
sure.
guide what you're doing in your small groups, your whole groups, one-on-one, whatever it may be. So as a preschool teacher, I mean, I'm not in a public school classroom, but I work with a lot of preschool kids in my own program. And just the ease of use of this, like no more lugging around a little cart or a binder or anything like that.
Nope.
It's all right here.
Yeah. And the kids are so used to swiping and technology. I think them doing assessments on the computer, I think honestly, you'll get more authentic data collection rather than them flipping through some flashcards, like spacing off and being like, oh, squirrel. They're gonna like they pay more attention to an iPad or your laptop naturally because it's technology. So we already
Well,
got
not,
them
not
cued
even,
in too.
I mean, authentic, but also like quick in real time. Like, and we'll show them like it's done like that. Like you don't have to figure out percentages or scores or anything. The system does it for you. So I know you're big about using this with your preschool, like Pocket Preschool stuff you have out there too. And you
Mhm.
actually spent a lot of time in ESGI aligning every assessment that we're going to show them to your digital like paper products, right?
Yes. So all of my Pocket of Preschool Jackie Cops assessments on ESGI, they match perfectly with my digital or like the paper ones if you print them. So if you're doing like the identifies letter assessment, the letter like font is the same. So that way the data isn't skewed. The fonts are the same. The clip art is the same. Even the order that the letters are in or the shapes are in or the numbers are in. And again, all the clip art is the same. So you can do it. You can kind of go back and forth if you want to, too. And the data won't be skewed. It'll be exactly the same.
It's
So,
awesome.
which is really, really awesome. Yeah.
Well, and I know we're primarily speaking to a preschool audience in this video, but if others are watching, everything we're going to show you is the same no matter what grade you teach. And you have access to everything that we're going to show you too. So while we'll point out some preschool assessments, it doesn't mean kindergarten teachers can't use them. And preschool teachers, it doesn't mean that you can't use the first grade assessments, the kindergarten assessments. Everything in your ESGI account is usable. There's over 3,500 preloaded tests in here that you have access to, some of those being Jackie's. So what you're seeing here is kind of the home base of ESGI. And the cool part about this new layout, or new to those of you who are brand new to it, is you never have to jump pages. Like there's no using the back arrow, no going to a new web page. Everything lives right here. So this is your home page, which you can tell by over here on the left-hand side, that little home button. But this menu down the left-hand side never goes away. So if I jump to reports, it's going to change my main screen, but my menu lives there. Test Explorer changes, but my menu lives there. So I can get back to what I need really, really easily. And then ESGI was created by a teacher originally. Still a lot of teachers that work for the company, and it's for teachers. So I love it that it reads like a teacher reads a book. It reads from top to bottom, left to right. So menu over here, then it goes into your students in your class list, which are really easy to set up. So you can see on Jackie's account here, like she's got Mrs. Kops class, this test account, and then a preschool account. Those are all just different classes that she has set up. But you teachers probably only have one class, or maybe an AM class and a PM class. And creating things in ESGI is just a plus sign. I mean, we made it pretty simple, right? It's an add button. So you click that and you can add a class, add a group of students, or add a student individually. It's really simple to do. It's to just type in their names, or even if I was in a different class, this would be an option, add students via file, and I can just upload a class list and it'll automatically put my kids in there for me. So that lives right here. When I get ready to test a student, like if I click on this preschool class right here, it shows the 15 students that are in that class right there. So here's my class
They're
list.
all pretend, by the way. None of these kids are real.
Wait a
Just
minute,
so you know.
is it real?
No, it's not.
I like
Shocking,
those
I know.
names. That's good. So yeah, those are all of Jackie's made up students right there that we can then click a name and go assess that child. So you'll notice as I click on that child's name, now I'm looking at data just for that child, or just for Boyd here, I'm looking at that child's data. But what we saw at the beginning when we have all that data there, that is when we're looking at all of these classes and we see all of that, that's showing us our class average of scores on those tests. So when you're getting ready to fill in reports or really look at who needs help with what, you get to see right here every little piece of data you need, and we're going to dive into even more too. But the cool part about this is it's so customizable. So where Jackie has her different classes set up, she also has set up what we call subject tabs. So all of these tests right here, these are all yours, yeah? Like your Pocket of Preschool
Yes.
tests?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So this pre-K, TK tab that you see right here, these are the different subject tabs that you can create. So you get to organize your assessments any way you want. So if I wanted to create my own tab that was only a few of Jackie's Pocket of Preschool tabs that are in ESGI, I can click this little plus sign, and I'm just going to call it Pocket for tonight. I know you're probably not going to call one Pocket, but we're just going to do that. And we're going to click Add. And now I have a brand new subject tab. So I can organize any assessments right here on this homepage. So if I want to look at letter identification or letter sounds or shape identification, I can put those here. And the easiest way to do that is to use what we call Test Explorer. So inside this button on our tab over here, Test Explorer is home to this. Well, it's almost 3,000 tests right here. And more get added all the time. Now, the cool part about this is I know teachers love to do online shopping. Y'all are obsessed with Amazon and whatnot, right? I am
Oh,
too.
we are 100%.
We love filters, right? Like when I shop for, like I'm a White Sox fan. When I shop for White Sox tickets, I find the best row, the best seat.
Cardinals.
I know you're a Cardinals fan. I know.
I am.
And you can use these filters over here to do that. So you can filter by grade level. We just want to look at preschool tests. We click that PK. And it takes that 3,000 tests down to 334 tests that are geared towards preschool, right? So you can use those little buttons to click on and off filters. But if you're looking for assessments that align to Jackie's Pocket of Preschool products that you may have, you can simply type in the word Jackie. And it's going to filter out. Now, there might be another Jackie, so let's just put your whole name. Unless you have 113 tests in here. You have 123 tests in here. My goodness.
We have options for you.
I see.
There's
Good golly. I did not even know there were that many of yours. So
yeah, we have there's some that are like for example, if you look at like rote counting for math, we broke it down into rote counting or counting like one correspondence count. We broke it into like counting 1 to 10 and then counting 1 to 20. So that way if you teach 3-year-olds, they don't need to be counting past 20. So we kind of broke some of the tests down into smaller parts for those 3-year-old and those really true preschool teachers. So they're not making kids exhausted and tired doing really long tests. So that's why there's so many.
That's cool because then you can also break them down in the data too. And we'll talk about that. So she mentioned math. I can search by Jackie's name and then click this math filter. And it's going to find any tests that Jackie created that are aligned with her Pocket of Preschool that are a math type test. So as you can see, that took that down to 47 tests. You have been busy. You've got a lot of tests in here.
We were very busy. And do you see if you know my assessments, a lot of them, all of the clip art, all the fonts, everything matches. It's so awesome. I get so excited.
And it's just so easy too, right?
Yes.
So the cool part about this is when you find something you like, all you have to do is click this little checkbox. It brings up this option to add it. We're going to click Add Selected, and we're going to put it on our subject tab called Pocket. And then up here, I think my Zoom bar might be hiding it. I click Add. And now back on my home, so if I go back to my menu on the left, there should be one test right there on that new subject tab I created. And you can do that for as many tests as you want. So if I go back to Jackie's pre-created subject tab, that PKTK, you'll see there are excuse me, there are so many tests on here. So all of these tests can be done with your students and then put onto a report that I'll show you that is super easy to look at to review your data, which is why we're doing this, right? To review it, to use it to help you teach.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you already have some stuff
And
in it, right? Go ahead.
yeah, no, I was gonna say, and there's also really quick like identifies letters, and I'm sure you were probably gonna talk about this more like that's what that little yes no button is, and then there's like rubric type tests. So there's kind of two different assessments, and you can use like five assessments. Maybe you just want to use like the identifies letters, identifies numbers, uppercase, lowercase, those like core assessments. You want to try those like maybe like four tests out and see how you like it. And then you can always add in the rubrics and add in more tests as you kind of get comfortable with the ESGI and you see what works for you in your classroom and your kiddos too.
Yeah. So yeah, that's another filter too. So if we just did Jackie, if I could spell your name, sorry.
No worries.
We, pre-K math, yes, no. It's only going to look for tests that are a yes, no answer, where the child actually looks at the screen, tells you what's on the screen. You click yes, they got it right. No, they got it wrong. But they're all. Do you have any math rubric ones?
No, I think there's more like fine. Oh, like social emotional has rubrics. Um, a lot of the science, the social studies, the health, writing, fine motor, gross motor. We have lots.
Yeah, and the cool part
Every
about these, I mean,
every
you think
domain's
about
covered.
preschool anecdotal notes, right? Like teachers constantly taking notes, and so
Mhm.
much of preschool is observational anyway, right? Like
Right.
a lot
For
of your
sure.
assessments you're gathering by watching the kids play and watching them interact with each other. So a test like this fine motor rubric one, is criteria that you get to mark off rather than a yes or no. It's a pre-created score that you go ahead and click. They got a 3 here, they got a 2 here, they got a 1, which is perfect for those observational assessments you do. So
Right.
simple.
And right. And there is too on a lot of the rubric, there is like a not assessed button. So that way, like if you didn't like on that fine motor one, like if you didn't see their pencil grasp, maybe you were looking at scissors or something, you can click not assessed. So that way they didn't get it wrong. It just wasn't assessed on that data collection day.
Yeah, that's cool. And the cool part about that is not only is that going to help you as the teacher. So like when you're reviewing data to either take to like an IEP meeting or a data team meeting or meet with your admin or even more importantly meet with parents,
Right.
you have all that information in front of you, and we'll show you a quick report like that that you don't have to flip through page after page and say, okay, here's how they're doing here. It's all in one spot, and your assessments are done, your reports are ready to go. So back on that homepage, I'm going to use Jackie's tab as an example because she has all of this data in here already. So if we look at these tests right here, she's got these 7 tests: letters, sounds, rote counts, identifies numbers, identifies shapes, and then this identify colors. 7 pretty typical, I guess, beginning of the year type things you're going to do with preschool, right? In the first few months,
Yeah.
do assessments. Couple different ways that you can now use this data. So I could, if I want to look at more details about this, I can click on this uppercase letters box right there, and it brings me up this full page detailed look at how my class is doing. So this is my whole class on here. So I'm seeing my class growth, I'm seeing my class right or wrong answers, and then at the bottom, I'm seeing how each of my students in my class did the last time they took that test. You can also break this down by student. So I could drop this down and I could click on Avery's name. And now I'm looking at a really detailed look how Avery's done on uppercase letters. So that's what we call the expanded view of the dashboard. It's all in one place. Everything you need to know about how that child or your class is doing on that one assessment is done right there on that home page without ever jumping anywhere else in your menu. And you just click that X and you're back to your home screen where all your data lives.
Yeah.
And then,
I mean, that's my favorite part is where you can click on, because we focus so much on teaching letters and shapes and colors, those first, if you're teaching preschool, that's what you're teaching most of the year, to be honest. You can click on that and go, okay, what letter do most of the kids not know? And we're going to focus on those rather than going, okay, I think everybody doesn't know R. Let's do R for the next, few days. Like,
right.
and you're just guessing, and you could be wasting instruction time, your prep time. You could be doing a really meaningful lesson with a different letter that the kids actually don't know because it's so hard to like figure out and go through all that data once you collect it. But ESGI does it for you, and it's in a pretty graph, and it's easy and quick to see. And you can even like print it out, sneak it in your lesson plans if you have like if you're old school and do like a paper planner, you can do that too. So you can have like a mix of digital and paper if you want to. So you
I'm
can
gonna see
print it, or you can hand it to your assistant or another teacher that's in the classroom and be like, hey, grab these kids for the, we're going to work on these letters and here you go. Like done.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I want to share my screen a little bit different with everyone too to show you something really cool. So the assistants in preschool, I know a lot of preschool teachers have an assistant, or if you're lucky, more than one assistant, which is awesome, or you're utilizing volunteers, or there's, ELL teachers that might be pushing in or pulling students out. And that's
Mhm.
another point, like where we like, oh my gosh, I have 5 kids that need to work on things, but what do I need to give this teacher for them to work on, right?
Right.
So inside your reports, there's a few different reports that'll really help preschool teachers. The first one, this item analysis. This is my favorite one to use, especially when we're talking about small groups. Like you just mentioned, knowing what skills certain students need to work on. So item analysis allows you to choose a specific test. So if Jackie's example of identifies letters, we'll use that test as our example. And then if we go to run report, it's going to show me, we got to click on a different class. Let's use your preschool class. That has more students in it, right?
It does. Yeah.
There we go. So this is going to show me which letter is the least known letter in my class. Right now it's the letter F, and letter S is the one my students overall know the most. But as a class, that's great. But then each of these little bars is interactive, so I can click on this, and it's going to show me right there who has it correct, who has it incorrect, and who has not been tested on that skill yet. So it shows me right what I need to do. Okay, these kids need to be working on that. These kids need to be working on that, which is great. If you love the digital side of it, this is where you're going to go. But
And it's so visual too, which is so, so cool.
yeah, if you download this one, I didn't even know about until I left the classroom. And I wish I knew about this a long time ago. If you download item analysis as an Excel report, so hopefully this will open. This is so cool and a game changer for that small group, knowing who needs to work on what. So can you see that it's pulling up an Excel document?
Oh, there it is. I see it now. Yep.
Okay.
Got you.
So down here at the bottom of Excel where it says details, this right here is the printout we're talking about. So I could print this off, row 5 right here shows the skill. So that shows the letters. Now we're just talking about letters. If this was
Right.
Shapes, sight words, numbers, that is what would be listed there. Below that, we see all of the students that have that letter correct. Below that, we see all the students that have that letter incorrect. And then these are the ones that have not been tested on that yet. So if
Well, opposite of what you said. The top is incorrect. The second row is correct. You said it backwards.
I totally said that backwards.
You did.
Sorry.
It's all right. We know what you mean.
If I was Jackie's assistant and she said, hey, Adam, we have a ton of kids that need to work on the letter L, I'd say, all right, perfect. She could hand me this paper, highlight that column, and I know that I need to pull Avery, Boyd, Curtis, and so on. And those are skills that those kids need to be focusing on when they come over to work with me or anybody else in our school. It's such a cool document to have.
And what else is really cool is like we have, all those kids at the bottom aren't tested. You could go test those kids. You could pull 3 of them today, reprint that report, and it's done. It won't take you 30 minutes to go through and then redo all of that. You take, 5 minutes and retest, test 3 more of the kids that you haven't had tested, or maybe you're, testing them for a second time because you're like, wow, they've really learned a lot. You don't have to redo all the data. You just click 3 times and
Yep.
it's done.
It's
And
done.
just reprint the paper. Done.
And knowing
So, so cool.
this one right here kind of follows up with what you're saying is untested students. This became a lifesaver for me to make sure that my data was up to date, right? Like, because that's the hardest thing sometimes. Like, you've got 20 kids in front of you. How do I know who needs to be tested on what right away? Well, when I go to untested students, I can look at, I can set a criteria of weeks. So if I need to say, okay, within the last week, I'm going to switch classes again just so we see more students. Okay. Within the last week, this is going to show me which kids have not taken each of these tests. Now, it's going to show that because we haven't tested students on this account within the last week. But if you look at this test, it shows all 15 of my kids have not taken that test within the last week.
Right.
Change this number. I don't know how far back we need to go.
Yeah, I think you may want to put in a year. It's a lot.
Classroom, it would be, a few. All you have to do is drop down that arrow and you find a student like Avery that needs to take that test. You click test. It's going to go straight to the test for that child. We start it. I'm just going to go through this very quickly. Yes, no, yes, no. We'll just give her a bunch of yeses. Come on.
She has gained all the knowledge because we're so amazing, such amazing
Right.
teachers. I
You're
mean,
welcome.
look at how bunch of a rock star she is.
I love that you have this set up with this bright view too, because you can't have a dark background, but yours looks so good with the bright background.
And it's
Uh,
a kid-friendly font too.
and
It's
it's
not like
super
it
friendly.
doesn't have weird letters. Everything is super traditional.
Yeah. So as soon as I finish this test, she's gonna get this one correct. We're gonna click yes. As soon as I finish it, I get this look to see how she did. But here's the cool part. I click done, and right away over here on my not tested students, now it shows I only have 14 kids to test because Avery's score is right there. She got 23 correct, 3 incorrect. I don't have to log into anything, don't have to log out of anything. I can just say, okay, Boyd, come on over. We're going to take a look at your letters. Click test, takes me straight to Boyd's test. Yes, no, yes, no, yes, no. Close it, come right back here. It's going to update it with Boyd's score. And now I know all my data is up to date, ready to be printing out reports.
And that's so cool. And did you guys see how fast that was? Like,
It
I
was great.
mean, their attention span is this big, but that was so fast. And it's so much faster than like flipping the flashcards and then you writing it down, while they're trying to like tell you and look at the moon or look wherever or, somebody's having a tantrum. Like it's just so, so fast.
I love it. You speak like true preschool language. Like
I
just,
do.
every
For
teacher
sure.
watching this going, I know
Yep,
exactly what
for
she's talking
sure.
about.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
y'all, there is so much more to this program that we don't have time to talk about tonight. So, what we want to do is give you all the chance to try it for free. So, you're going to
Yes.
head to esgisoftware.com, or Jackie's got links she's going to share
Yep.
somewhere.
Wherever the links are, depending on where you're watching, that's where they are.
Okay. In
Yep.
that link, it's going to take you to a place where you can click on a thing that says free trial. Click free trial, or Jackie's link may take you straight there, depending on
Mhm.
which link you click. If you click free trial and there's a spot that says promo code, if it's not already populated with Jackie's code, in that spot, you want to type the word pocket, Pocket, in the
Yep.
promo code spot. That'll let you try this free for 60 days. So you're going to get 60
Mhm.
days, 2 months that you can go in and play around. You have access to all 3,000 tests. You have access to all
Yep.
of Jackie's stuff. It's all there. Everything there that we talked about, plus so much more is there for you too.
Yes. Yep.
But
And we
go
were
ahead.
gonna pick one lucky teacher to win a whole year of ESGI for free. So if you will comment in the comment what grade you teach and how long you've been teaching or where you teach, tell us a little bit about you and your classroom, and we'll pick one teacher to give, and we'll give them a whole year of ESGI for free to try out in their classroom with their kids.
It's
So,
a big
yay!
prize. It's a big
It's
prize.
huge.
It's a
So
huge prize.
cool.
So while you're doing that, check out that free trial, esgisoftware.com, or click the links. Use the code POCKET. Make sure you do it because that's how you get the 60 days for free. Put POCKET in the promo code. The other thing you can do too, if you have any questions at all, there's a little button way down here in the bottom. I think it's kind of hidden by my Zoom screen, but there's a little question mark right there. That takes you to a page on the ESGI site that'll have video-based or picture-based walkthroughs of how to do everything on here. Like it's made by teachers for teachers. We make it easy for you to figure it out. Or you can just go to esgisoftware.com/VTA. It stands for Virtual Training Academy. And there are 1 minute, 5 minute, 10 minute little tutorials that you can watch to find out anything that we talked about tonight or even more that you want to do with ESGI. But the cool thing Jackie did for y'all already, number one, got you that code to get you 60 days. Number
Yep.
two, all your Pocket of Preschool stuff that y'all know and love and you're so used to from Fabulous Jackie Kops is
Yes.
already built into our system for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's all
And
there.
also, wherever all the links are, I'm putting this link to, you can't really see it, but this is more for your admin. So they will hopefully get you once you find out you love it with the free trial, you can get your admin to get it for you. It has a rundown of every standard and all the tests because he's saying there's like a lot there's a lot, but it's broken down by standard, and I'll put that link to that download for you so you can help get your admin on board to get this for you too, to use in your classroom. So I'll put that where all the links are too, so you can get like a breakdown of all the tests. So
Awesome.
hey,
Awesome. Admin
that,
will love it. Here's one thing I'll show you right before we close out. This student detail report is one I showed my admin, and they were like, oh yeah, we need this for our school. So this report puts everything you need. If I click to preschool, in one place. Administrators love this. Check this out. It's got their scores throughout the course of your year. It's got their
How
most,
cool is that?
it's got their growth chart. It's got why, correct and incorrect, they got the score they got. Everything is on one page. And as you scroll down, it'll page break it per student. So if you're going to, you got to populate folders in the office to make sure data's up to date. Or if you're going to an IEP meeting, you can just choose a student to print this out for. Everything's right there. Admin love this stuff. It's crazy.
Yes.
All
That
right.
is so awesome. Yay.
Yeah, I wish we had more time because there's so much
I
more to
know.
show you, but
But we'll have to do another one real soon. Maybe next month we'll do another one and we'll dive
oh, yeah,
into some more details about all the different stuff. So
good
yeah,
idea.
and if you guys
Start
have
using-
questions, ask them below so we know what to kind of talk about next time with you guys, and help you guys out with this really cool assessment tool for you.
Good
So
idea. Yeah, you use it and then come back with more questions.
yes, I love that.
All right.
So
See you, everyone.
all right, bye.